Hey fuckers, Young Oorah here. Today's topic is going to be a little bit more complicated. It is kind of relating to what happened a couple days ago and all this bullcrap, right? So just hear me out. And keyword, not all social media influencers do this. Not all social media influencers do this. Can I emphasize that enough? I am not calling anybody out, alright? Not all. One more time, not all. Alright, anyways, okay, I just want to emphasize on the big picture, right? Some of you guys say social media is drama, is stupid, right? But here I am today, I'm gonna tell you how important social media is, how crazy social media is, right? I'm gonna emphasize that again, how crazy it is, how important it is to the point, how big it is to the point where it influences political decisions, it influences business decisions, school decisions. It's super big, right? It influences a lot of law enforcement decisions too as well, okay? It's not just the military. It is the #1 weapon used by our enemies, right? Regardless of who they are, right? Example for the US, it is used by a lot of terrorist organizations to push their political agendas and their ideologies onto other people. An attack happens, right? They claim it, right? You hear me out? They claim it, right? This is how they get their agenda out there. This is how they spread their ideologies. This is how a lot of policies are made. They all use social media. Look at the political decisions made when the election was happening. Look, I mean, this is why California seems to be a little bit more liberal versus the South seems a little bit more conservative, just because the political and social media agenda that's going around and the social media influence that's going around within these states, right? I mean, this is not a political video, okay? It's just stating the facts. And let's say for YouTube, right? Manipulation of content, right? Some people can manipulate a certain video to make a person say one thing when they don't really mean it that way, but because they manipulated, they edited it, right? And they post it on social media and made that person look bad, right? So what I'm saying here is you have to look at original content. You have to look at the original video. You have to look at original information from credible sources, right? And make sure it's not manipulated to the point where it's biased, right? This is how you control people in the masses. When you are able to get the masses' opinions and favor, you win, regardless if it's good or bad. That is how powerful social media is. I mean, take a look at the video I made about how the Marines get promoted, okay? That is facts. That's how the Marine Corps works. That is how Marines get promoted, regardless of what anybody says, right? A colonel will tell you that's how Marines get promoted. But look at the comments. There's a big group of people who don't care about that. All they see is that one picture that's been ingrained in their head, that this guy hates him, this guy hates him, this guy hates Nava, this guy hates him, right? Because other influencers who respond to my video or other comments, right? This all goes to the sheep mentality. Says I'm just a hater and I'm just not letting him do his thing, right? Think about it. Those are facts. Even if you have the facts in front of them, what the masses say goes. Fortunately enough, I got more likes than dislikes, so that mass is pretty small compared to the mass that I created, right, and that I have, right? Not saying that I'm controlling all of you guys. I'm just saying, like, hey, you guys understand what I'm saying. It's not drama. It's really powerful. It's used to create awareness. Let me give you an example, okay? In the Vietnam War, right, the masses didn't agree with what happened in Vietnam. Yeah, we killed a lot of people. Yeah, we did a lot, right? But at the end of the day, we lost politically, right? And at the end of the day, politics really matter, right? It is what keeps the world in check in some certain areas where policies are, you know, making policies, right? If you're able to get into the heads of people, right, you're able to make them feel one thing, make them biased, make them support you in your agendas, right? Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad, okay? I just want you guys to look at the negative and the positive, because if you're biased, you only see the good, right? Or you only see the bad. But if you can see the manipulation of certain things, you can see the negative and the positive, because you see the bad, you see the underlying messages, you see the underlying picture. It's super important to know that social media is a platform used to push agendas, whatever agenda you have. It is so big to the point where people make their decisions into putting their life into something that was never there because they were biased, right? They didn't do the research, right? And people are like, oh, pointing fingers, you know, oh, you know, it's their fault for not doing the research. Well, dude, kids will be kids. They're gonna follow whatever influence they have. Even adults, right? Adults sometimes aren't aware or educated enough to know that, hey, this is what goes on social media, right? You have to think of this from a bigger picture, guys. It's a complicated topic, and some of you guys may not understand, but it's an ugly truth. Like I said in the beginning, it's not all social media influencers like that, right? But sometimes they are. For example, one response videos, my video was manipulated to sound like one thing. Now I look like some sort of communist or socialist, or in support of the military, which is completely not true. I mean, there's a reason why I have a YouTube channel. I support the military. You know, I'm in the military, but it made me say another thing. Be very careful on what you see on social media. Be very careful on what you follow on social media. I'm being dead serious. Social media is not a platform for drama. Oh, it's stupid. You know, no. It's more a bigger picture than that. It's so important to the point where, you know, the government uses it. You know, the business uses it. You know, it's mission critical. You know, you get a lot of sources from social media. You know, and intel and all that jazz, information from social media, right? I mean, this is not only important in the military, but also in life. Because you gotta know the good and the bad, right? Before you make a decision to educate yourself, to know what's up. Like one of my videos I remember made it back in the day is never be afraid to get hurt. When you're hurt, you know the bad stuff. So you understand what you want now, right? That's just all part of life. So again, social media is a platform used to push agendas or a place to push content and enjoy. But you also have to watch out for the ones pushing agendas and manipulating everything. People in power, people that are more famous, manipulating the smaller groups, manipulating, you know, a certain group of people to push something, right? You gotta watch out for that, and you have to look at the underlying messages. It's hard to do it because without experience, but it can be done if you did your research. Always look at original content. Always look at the original producer, because if you hear from somebody else, it could change up the whole story. It'd be a game changer. Anyways, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. If you like the video, thumbs up, you do you. And remember, if you get jiggy, don't forget to ride piggy. Thanks for watching. Oorah.